This is a demo of the Klau Geomatics PPK software for DJI drones. It'll work on your Phantom 4 RTK, M210 RTK and M300 with a P1 camera. You start out by importing your drone data. When you pull everything off your drone, you're going to have hundreds of photos, then some extra files that are quite essential for this processing. You'll see a PPK raw file, which is your raw data, maybe a RINEX file in there, sometimes there isn't, and an MRK file. So if you're not seeing the MRK file, this won't work. And you'll need to set up your mission planning, flight control to PPK mode or whatever it takes to, so you see that MRK file in your data. In this case, we've downloaded some RINEX base station data as well. So we will go to import your drone data. We'll choose that PPK raw bin file and open that one. Now you'll see the start and stop time of the mission. Open up the MRK file in that same location, and now we can see we're expecting 250 photos. We've got 250 events. You may want to check your folder of photos that does match and that you don't have any stray photos or lack of at the beginning and end. Worth noting at this stage. Now you want to import your base station data. So you can bring in a RINEX file from your computer is what we'll do. You also have an option to use Make It Accurate, very powerful PPK software. You'll need an account on the cloud with that, and then you can connect to all the functionality you have here. If you're in the States, CORS, you'll find that, or the software will find for you the closest stations, and you select a station. It will automatically download the data you need. Same with All Day RTK, you'll need an account. Put in your account credentials. SmartNet, you'll need an account as well, and this works for much of Europe and North America and Australia. Japan, we have a VRS. Again, you'll need an account. So again, we'll just use the RINEX file that we've downloaded, which is in this folder. Very important to note, you can read the coordinates from the header in the file. You've got to know that they're right. Now this is a reliable RINEX station. We are accepting this data, and you can also see that it's picked up. It's at 0 height, it's got a Leica antenna, and that's the antenna phase center. So it knows this data. If you're using your own base station over a known point, you'll want to put in those coordinates unless you've entered them in the field with a controller. Make sure you get this right, because it is a big cause of errors. Your data will be shifted if you have the wrong base station data. Now you can also save and load base station coordinates if you've been on this location before. You can go to our coordinate system management and choose plane coordinates for your base station if you want, and you can also input orthometric heights using a geoid model. There are a number of geoid models for Australia and North America and other parts of the world. So in this case, we'll just stick to WGS 84, latitude and longitude. So now we're ready to process. So okay there, and process. You'll see down here we are Q1, which is fixed solutions. We're processing forwards through the data. A beauty of PPK processing is it will process backwards through the data. What it's doing now will capture cycle slips and errors that you'll get much better results than with normal RTK processing, let alone the radio link issues and so on that you don't have with PPK. So here are our antenna coordinates. They're not camera coordinates yet. You can see there are a few float solutions there. Not to worry, you'll see them in the list on the accuracy column, 0.03, 0.25. We've got a few at 0.25 there. In your photogrammetry, it will weight all of the 0.03 ones and let these ones move a bit. So don't worry if you get a few floats, but typically you won't. So that's the processing done for the trajectory. Now we'll open up the image folder, go back to that same folder, and now we're applying the tilts of the drone for each photo to get the camera center. So just running through all of our photos now. And here we are with a table that it matches to the names of each photo, lat, long, height, the accuracy, and there's those 3 float solutions. Now at this point, again, you can see we're still lat, long, WGS 84 and ellipsoid height. You can go back into this same place here and produce your projected coordinates, apply a geoid. You can also do a site localization. We've got a lot of sites here that are on their own datums, their own system. You can add a new one by bringing in a matrix of points with their local coordinates and the corresponding WGS 84, lat, long, and ellipsoid height. As you add the points in, a residual table will build out, and you can calculate your residuals and save that projection. So that's a very important thing for a lot of mine sites and places where you might be on a local system. That could even be 10,000 north up the line of the fence. You can localize your work. But we'll stick to WGS 84 for simplicity. Now, being WGS 84, you can geotag your photos. So you can write these coordinates to the EXIF. If you project your coordinates, then you have to export a file of photo coordinates because EXIF will not accept easting, northing, as it doesn't know what coordinate system you're in. So just something to note. This bit about export ground target coordinates. If you had a Phantom 4 Pro with Klau PPK hardware on it, not only is it a better quality survey grade product, it does open up other functionality for you, such as this, where you can select, you can put your drone on a survey mark, put a GCP down, and click a couple of photos on the ground, and then extract the ground coordinate. So something to note, you can't do it with a DJI Phantom 4 RTK or other DJI drones. So that's the end of the processing workflow. So now we'll just export our photo coordinates. We'll save them into that same folder, photos. And now we can see a photo CSV file that can be imported into your photogrammetry along with your photos as an external file. So this is what you would do if you'd projected plane coordinates, easting, northing. There's also another one with some metadata. If you do find problems, you'll want to look back here. What base station coordinate did I use? What kind of antenna height, phase center, all this kind of stuff. What was my coordinate system? So this will all give you that background information. So if you do need to look at your processing, you can see what you did. Job done. You can now go to your photogrammetry, and if you've got a good camera calibration, you'll have some excellent results. Get in touch with us at Klau Geomatics if you've got questions. We're happy to help to make sure you get the best results you can with your DJI drones.